A historic blizzard rocks the Northeast and bitter cold stretches well into the South. The help available now to keep people safe as the temperatures drop. Operation Safe Shoulder in full effect.
Nobody wants to be involved in an accident, and we definitely don't want none of our emergency responders hurt.
The lengths law enforcement went to keep drivers and first responders safe. A debate over growth in Wakulla County.
Why can't we keep these things centered? Leave the outskirts alone.
The changes coming to this agricultural community and what residents and commissioners are saying about it.
This is your Fox 49 News at 10.
Bundle up tonight. We're talking another blast of bitter cold temperatures, and in the Northeast, a blizzard that is headed our way. Now, I will hand it over to our chief meteorologist, Alan Strum. We're going to start with some live team coverage. And Alan, let us know how cold it's going to get.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly. Fortunately, the blizzard not headed our way, but they're dealing with it up there, of course. But we are looking at a freezing cold night heading into tomorrow morning as we check things out around the area. Right now, we've got temperatures really around 40 degrees or so, upper 30s to low 40s. But the conditions are going to continue to change overnight, and we'll watch as those numbers continue to fall. So look for low temperatures to fall into the 20s around downtown Tallahassee, maybe upper 20s, but definitely be ready for some mid 20s as well. So we could call it mid to upper 20s to start things off here on Tuesday morning, and then the sun will be out, and that'll help to warm things a little bit. But overall, tomorrow, again, a cool day with highs tomorrow only in the 50s. However, rolling into Wednesday, midweek, we've got a much warmer pattern here as the winds shift around, and we'll end up with highs then midweek in the low 70s.
We are already feeling the effects of the cold moving in on us. Winds are picking up while temperatures are starting to fall. This right here on your screen is a look at downtown Tallahassee from earlier tonight, and area shelters have put the word out for the homeless to move indoors. Fox 49's James Hill joining us now live. And James, there are not a lot of people roaming the streets tonight.
Not at all, Melanie, and many people should be seeking shelter. Downtown is quiet tonight. As Alan said, temperatures will fall into the 20s overnight. That forecast has various shelters around our area reaching out to people living on the streets. It's too cold, they say, to try and brave it through the night. The folks who run Hope Community on West Pensacola gave us a peek inside. Out of respect for those seeking shelter, they didn't want us taking video inside the sleeping or dining area.
We are offering cold night shelter for those who are currently homeless, that has nowhere to go. They can come in. We have a signage where they can call the number to do the intake. We are a low barrier community, so we accept anyone as long as they're not a sexual offender. And of course, it's for families only.
Hope Community caters to families. They will have beds, warm blankets, and hot meals. In the morning, they will need to leave the facility at 9 a.m. Hope Community will do the same drill tomorrow because we are expecting another night of cold weather.
Public safety officers traveling interstates and highways. They're seeing more and more drivers ignoring simple safety rules, especially when it comes to getting out of the way of emergency vehicles. On Saturday in Grady County, a crackdown hit drivers where it hurts the most, right in the wallet. Nearly 100 drivers learned the hard way this weekend after failing to change lanes when first responders and other emergency vehicles were stopped on the side of the road. Here's Fox 49's Courtney DeWallaby.
This past weekend, the Grady County Sheriff's Office conducted what it called Operation Safe Shoulder, where deputies targeted drivers who failed to slow down and move over for emergency vehicles and warning lights.
Nobody wants to be involved in an accident, and we definitely don't want none of our emergency responders hurt.
In just one day, deputies conducted 96 traffic stops, issued 43 citations and 46 warnings, all related to drivers who failed to obey the rules of the road. They say this isn't about tickets, it's about safety. Deputy David Velasquez gave us a first-hand look at what he and other deputies see on the interstate.
All over America, many officers do get hurt by getting run over. Actually, my chief deputy has actually been hit by a car before, so he had to have like leg surgery and all that type of stuff.
The sheriff says drivers just need to stay mindful, and it can protect people from these kinds of situations.
Whether it's a police, a deputy, state trooper, linemen working side the road, EMS, tow truck drivers, just be mindful of them that they have a job to do as well, that wherever you're going, if you slow down or move over a little bit and allow them a little time to do their job safely, it's not going to cost you any time at all.
Each year, dozens of roadside workers are killed or injured from drivers failing to slow down or change lanes. But the Grady County Sheriff's Office wants to remind everybody that it is preventable. I'm Courtney DeWallaby, your Fox 49 News.
And this doesn't just apply to Georgia, but Florida's move-over law also requires drivers to show that same respect on the road. A Tallahassee man is now serving 25 years in prison for distributing and receiving child pornography. In July of 2024, court documents say 62-year-old Richard Spivey uploaded child pornography to a social media platform when messaging another user. At that time, Spivey was already a registered sexual predator. During an investigation, law enforcement found the sexual material on Spivey's cell phone. Once he's served his time, Spivey will be under supervised release for the rest of his life and could face additional prison time if he violates any of his conditions. Tonight, we're learning new details in a deadly shooting. Last week, we reported a man was found shot and killed inside a home on Mission Road in Tallahassee. Court documents reveal that victim had been shot multiple times, and according to investigators, he was shot twice from behind and once when he was already on the ground. Police arrested Gage Champion, charging him with first-degree murder. According to court documents, Champion told investigators he and the victim had been in a relationship. He also told investigators the victim was emotionally abusive but never physically hurt him. A passionate debate over growth in Wakulla County. Some residents are saying not so fast because they want to keep their agricultural community as is. Well, that is not going to happen. Commissioners approved a change allowing more homes on a smaller tract of land. Fox 49's Jayla Howard has our story.
Right now, a 30-acre parcel on Jack Crum Road is zoned agricultural, allowing one home per 20 acres. But that's all about to change. Last week, commissioners voted to allow one home per 5 acres.
Many living in the area are worried the change could add pressure to roads, infrastructure, and alter the rural character of the area.
We just keep creeping, and Jack Crum is absolutely no different. Guys, we can dense this up in the middle of Crawfordville. It's already pretty bummed up as it is. Why can't we keep these things centered? Leave the outskirts alone.
Commission Chairman Ralph Thomas says the request is very low impact compared to what some may believe.
A lot of people thought that this was a proposed large development, big multi-unit property, but it's not. It's simply 5-acre parcels.
Thomas also notes that 68% of the properties in the surrounding area are already 5 acres or less, which he says makes the request consistent with existing development. However, one commissioner disagreed.
I mean, one house per 5 acres, I think that's great. We need more of that. But just because of this needs analysis that we paid for, the taxpayers paid for in 2017, I feel like we don't abide by it. So do we need to do another study?
Thomas says while he understands residents' concerns, decisions like this require balancing growth with property rights.
It's a fine line between balancing freedom and citizens' rights and controlling how it's going to impact the overall county.
This decision marks another step in Wakulla County's ongoing conversation about growth and development. Jayla Howard, your Fox 49 News.
Wakulla County is making changes to how many homes can be built on each parcel. A new study projects 17% growth by the year 2050. That increases the population to nearly 44,000 in the county. Children's Week in Florida is underway in Tallahassee, bringing together families, educators, and lawmakers to focus on issues impacting kids across the state. Tonight, the annual advocacy dinner and award ceremony welcomed hundreds of guests, honoring leaders who have made a difference for Florida's children and families. The event also featured keynote speaker Coy Bowles, lead guitarist of the Zac Brown Band, and he's also a children's book author. He spoke about his personal journey into education advocacy.
Started visiting our education systems in person and realized it could use a lot of help. And I'm always someone that wants to be a part of the positive. So I decided to grab a shovel and start digging.
Organizers say the dinner is one of the signature events of the Children's Week, helping build momentum for policies supporting early learning, youth development, and families statewide. Children's Week events continue at the Capitol throughout this week.
It was harder to get off of than shooting IV heroin.
Real-life dangers of a potent drug sold at convenience stores across the country. The push to make 7-OH illegal.
First warning weather, sponsored by Stubbs Roofing and Gutters. You're watching your Fox 49 News at 10 with Melanie Levy and meteorologist Alan Strong.
The FDA warns a substance 13 times more potent than morphine threatens to be the next wave of the opioid epidemic. Yet that substance, called 7-OH, continues to be sold over the counter at gas stations, vape shops in most states across the country. Tonight, Dwayne Pullman investigates the push to make it illegal and a debate about pulling it off the shelves.
This man is an addict.
I'll always be an addict.
Stigma, he says, prevents him from showing his face. For 2 decades, he's battled to break free from drugs, including opioids.
Pills. First pills, yep.
And heroin.
Do you still have the lines?
I do.
Scars?
Mm-hmm.
But none of those drugs, he says, is more powerful or more addictive than this, 7-OH, scientifically known as 7-hydroxymitragynine, a highly concentrated and potent derivative of kratom that, according to the FDA, is 13 times more potent than morphine. Yet, in many states, it's still sold as pills or infused in drinks and candy, over the counter at gas stations, convenience stores, and vape shops.
Right, I can pick it up on my way into work. How bad could this really be?
He says it took over his life.
I felt a full-blown opiate effect from it.
How much money were you spending?
$200 a day.
On 7-OH?
Mm-hmm.
You were addicted to 7-OH.
It was harder to get off of than shooting IV heroin.
In July, at a news conference in Washington, Health and Human Services, FDA, and DEA all seemed to be on the same page.
Scientifically, by definition, it is an opioid.
The FDA had just formally requested DEA to classify 7-OH as a Schedule I controlled substance, the same classification as heroin.
Let's not allow another wave of the opioid epidemic to catch us blindsided.
8 months later, DEA has not yet announced a decision. Dr. Matthew Rosheim, an associate professor at the University of North Texas Health Science Center in Fort Worth, led a team that conducted a survey of stores, publishing in this study that kratom products are widely available throughout the U.S.
Does that surprise you?
Absolutely, yes. It surprises me with how widely available it is, considering it's so hazardous.
13 states and the District of Columbia did not wait on the feds, enacting their own bans. Dr. Jeff Singer, a surgeon and senior fellow at the Cato Institute, a prominent libertarian think tank, does not agree with banning kratom and 7-OH, saying making them illegal may do more harm than good.
All you're going to do is make the people who are still getting it have to go underground to get it.
That's already happening, the addict says, where 7-OH is being banned.
They're addicted to it. They have no idea what to do.
Still, he supports bans and making 7-OH illegal across the country.
Nothing like that should be available at a gas station.
For Spotlight on America, I'm Dwayne Pullman.
This story is just the start of Spotlight on America's focus on 7-OH and kratom. In the next coming weeks, we'll take a closer look at the growing number of states, including Florida, that have passed bans to prevent one or both of them from being sold.
First warning weather. Here is Chief Meteorologist Alan Strong.
Snow has really been coming down. Check out some of these scenes as we check out the Northeast. We're talking New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Rhode Island, all of them just seeing a tremendous amount of snow with this blizzard that rolled up the East Coast. And it's continuing to bring some snow there even late tonight. We'll check out our imagery here. And always on this map, the blue color indicates where snow is. And you see this twisting around here, around this area of low pressure, which is just offshore, allowing for all that moist air to flow onshore. Here's still some heavy snow where you see the darker blue colors in areas of Maine, starting to move out of Massachusetts around the Cape. Still some of that as we take a look. So there's the low up there. We've got a high pressure that's back toward the Mississippi River Valley. And we're kind of caught right in between here. So what we've got is cold air coming in between the high and the low. And we ended up with some breezy weather, but the winds are going to be settling down and not bringing in that cold air. But it will be a cold night tonight. All clear and all dry, nothing falling from the skies for us. And our Futurecast tells the story of really sunny skies tomorrow. I'll let this kind of play through into Wednesday, because that's when we've got a chance for more cloud cover on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, a chance for a little bit of rain in the area. So we'll be looking out for that on Thursday. The most likely time for rain for us, though, is going to be on Friday. All right, so here's Futurecast winds showing things settling down, but then the winds turning around, bringing up more warm, humid air here as we head toward midweek. And look at this. This is right in the middle of the day, Wednesday. That looks like a bit of a breezy day, but that's not going to be a cold breeze from the north. That'll be a warm breeze coming up from the south. So things will settle, and then the winds pick back up, but from a different direction with warmer air. Now, overnight, look for the lows to fall down into the 20s. I'd say mid to upper 20s here first thing tomorrow morning. So freezing cold for the area. And then we'll have the sunshine tomorrow, but it's not going to heat things up too much. Highs will end up being in the 50s for tomorrow, but then it totally turns around Wednesday, where our high temperatures will end up being in the low 70s. So another cool day tomorrow, certainly with a freezing cold start in the 20s. Then Wednesday, Thursday, more cloud cover. Highs low 70s. Maybe rain on Thursday, but Friday it's more of a sure bet. We've got a high rain chance there on Friday. So far, it looks like a spring-like weekend here with highs in the 70s.
Get ready for a great car buying moment at Werner Hyundai, where confidence comes standard. From the sleek 2026 Hyundai Elantra to the agile Hyundai Tucson, the bold Hyundai Santa Fe, and the premium Hyundai Palisade. There's a Hyundai built for how you drive.
It's even easier to trade in the Werner way with trade values up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book.
If you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Own your moment at Werner Hyundai.
A weekend for girls to learn life skills and get firefighter training. We have the latest details on Camp Ignite, plus how you can sign up next. A camp that teaches young girls much needed skills while also giving them an inside look into the world of firefighters. That's right, Camp Ignite is returning and applications are now open. The Tallahassee Fire Department is getting ready for their second annual Camp Ignite. The all-girls weekend focuses on building confidence, creating friendships, and showcasing leadership. We've got the web address for where you need to go to apply right there at the bottom of your screen, and the camp is April 3rd and 4th. Girls between the ages of 14 and 21 are encouraged to attend. We're sending a huge congratulations to Gadsden County's Teacher of the Year. Meet Mrs. Forehand. She's a kindergarten teacher at George W. Monroe Elementary School. Her passion, dedication, and commitment to her students does not go unnoticed. The district says she's left a positive impact in the classroom and across the area. Thank you for what you do for our students and for our community, Mrs. Forehand. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Well, freezing cold tomorrow morning with lows in the mid to upper 20s.
Bust out those winter coats again, huh? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please come back and join us again tomorrow night on Fox 49 News at 10.